Gus. Hi. So I'm just waiting for more people to pop in. Is the music too loud? I feel like it kind of is. Is it too quiet now? Hi, Mike. Is the music too quiet now? I feel like I can't find a happy medium. Alright, so today I am making low carb cauliflower pizza. I actually, for some reason, like cauliflower crust more than normal crust. I don't know why. This definitely isn't keto. I know that I've been like talking about the keto diet a lot, but it's a low carb option. Cool. Glad music is good. So I'm using leftovers on certain things. Like we made pizza the other night, so there's leftover tomato sauce. It was kind of interesting. I saw a tomato sauce that was just in a smaller can, and it costed more, and it also had more carbs in it, but it was for the same serving size, so I'm not exactly sure why that was. But yeah, so the crust that I used is this one. Not sponsoring it, but I like it. It's pretty good. It has, it's gluten-free, obviously, because it's, what is the ingredients? Oh, folded. It's like cauliflower, brown rice, flour, cornstarch. Pretty much it's like rice and cauliflower. And like, yeah, that's pretty much what's in it. But I am going to use just red onion, red bell pepper, and mushrooms, some olives, and okay. So these are vegan cheeses that are also gluten-free, and I like them better than the Daya. I'm not exactly sure why, but they're made from almonds. It's not exactly like normal cheese, nothing really beats that, but that's okay. Hi, Angel. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start with the tomato sauce. I meant to get tomato paste, but I didn't know that there is a difference between the two of them. So I'm assuming they're pretty much the same thing, except for tomato sauce has more water, and tomato paste you have to add it, but I don't know for sure. All right, just drizzle that on there. I love garlic on everything. It's kind of it's nice having like minced garlic, because you can just throw it in there without having to use much effort. Use a different spoon, use butter knife. So what's everyone been doing today? What day is it? Saturday? Okay, so I'm just gonna spread the garlic with the tomato sauce. I shouldn't have mixed that, but whatever. What's done is done. We're just gonna fix it. I don't want to double dip into the jar of garlic and mix in the tomato sauce. Nah, that's a bad idea. Just gonna tilt it, but okay. So there's some garlic. I did not make the dough. Hide the churro. I love that name. I did not make the dough. So this is like my lazy trick. I got this cauliflower pizza. It's pretty much cauliflower and rice, and then like oils to hold it together with baking soda. it's not keto, but it's a low carb option. So yeah, it's kind of like my go-to like cheat thing. I'm working on getting better at sticking with my diet, but I don't want to like just jump into it. Hi, Spencer. Because like I want it to be a habit and I don't want to torture myself. So I'm going to start out with the cheese. I'm not sure if I want to actually use this. So I got jalapeno jack style, and then I have mozzarella. I don't know if it sounds weird putting this on there, the jalapeno jack. Been relaxing today, to be honest, not much going on. Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting day here in Portland. It snowed and we went grocery shopping and just like kind of everything was gone. But I think I'm gonna stick with using just the mozzarella for today. I'm gonna use the whole thing on the pizza. This is actually a good keto option because it has higher amount of grams and a pretty low amount of carbs and a moderate amount of protein. Well, it's kind of low in protein, but it's a good fat source. That's kind of how I choose if I'm gonna get something. It's been an easy like entry approach to doing the ketogenic diet is like looking at finding foods that are already high in fat, moderate in protein, and low in carbs, because then it makes it easier to put things together. Just like knowing that you're already setting yourself up to have that type of ratio. Does it have a good taste? I like cauliflower pizza better than I do like the normal crust. I'm not a big crust person, but for some reason I don't know, I just like it better. I would recommend trying it. I think it's good. The cheese I had to get used to because it's an almond cheese, but you know, it's a good, like, I guess like eco-friendly, artery-friendly option, more so than normal cheese, because I love cheese and I'll eat a bunch of it if I could, but it kind of upsets my stomach, and it's not good to just live off of meat and cheese, which is like kind of what I was doing when I first started doing this diet, just because I didn't really know what to eat, and so it was difficult figuring it out. Hi! Alright. I'm gonna change this song. I've been like looking for non-copyright music that I can play in the background of things without having to take off the, like, muting it on recorded streams. Okay, so I'm pretty much just grinding up this cheese right now, and I'm almost done. It's weird, it's a different texture. It's not like, it's not held together as much as normal cheese. Oh, the thing's preheated. But just gonna scoot this over here. It's my way of getting the cheese into the bowl. Cool. So, can't really see it, but I'm honestly just gonna use all of this cheese. I could eat this whole pizza to myself too. It's pretty great. I can never stop eating cheese too. I don't know what it is about, it's like addicting. I love cheese sticks and stuff. But I don't know, I would say give it a try. Like, try out different options if you like are a cheese lover and you're wanting to look for different things. Wow, that is This is gonna be a super cheesy pizza. I don't know if I want to use all of it anymore. You know, that's kind of too much. Oh my gosh. I just went ham. Okay. I'm just gonna put that down because that is a nice layer. Rinse my hands. Oh, see, I'm already doing bad. I intended to weigh everything that I was making today, but I haven't done it with a single thing. Okay, let's see. 1/4 cup. Oh, that's way too much. Okay, too much math, I'm not doing it. But I probably used like 9/10 of whatever it was. Yeah, it's pretty, okay, I'm not gonna do that, but next time I will. I totally intended to weigh them out. Alright, so we reuse vegetables a lot, or not reuse, but like the way we cut them is so that we can use the same one for a different meal. And so this one's just, that's how we cut the onion. And this is how we cut the pepper so that we could use this part for another thing. But I have a little bit that was already cut. My roommates, they used to, one of them watched me like while I was cutting something, and he's like, "You're gonna end up cutting your fingers off." And it's cause like I have like my fingers like holding the onion like with my fingertips out, and you're supposed to curl your fingers so that you don't cut your fingertips. And then you're also supposed to hold the knife so you have like control of the blade rather than just by the handle. Fun fact, living with the chef. He wasn't the one that pointed it out though. Eek! I'm gonna cut my finger off. Okay. No such thing as too much cheese. What's your favorite pizza ingredient? Like I've been working on like just trying to do things without as much meat because I don't know, I feel like I eat a lot of meat and that kind of defeats somewhat of me going into ketosis. I was gonna cover some of that stuff on a Patreon stream later, but pretty much the gist of it is like if you eat too much protein, you like and you're trying to do the keto diet, you actually end up still not being in ketosis. You're just eating a bunch of meat because amino acids, which are the foundation, like the building blocks of protein, they can synthesize pyruvate into acetylcholine, which is the energy source for glucose. Like it brings it into the Krebs cycle, and so pretty much you're using the same energy pathway when you eat too much protein, and that is not the intent of the keto diet. The intent is to be using fat, so triglycerides and fatty acids to like be your energy source, which produces ketones, which is why it's called the keto diet. Fun facts. Ooh, I'm adding mushrooms, but I'm adding red bell pepper to the pizza instead. Mushroom, onions, and chicken. Yeah, mushrooms on pizza are really good. this chicken would be good on this, but I'm trying to keep it this meal vegan. I had fish in my lunch, which has good like omegas and fish fatty acids. I had some beef jerky the other day, so I'm like trying to avoid red meat for the rest of the week. Like it's just kind of a balance thing. And that's why I also want to start weighing my things, is because like something, I was doing research on it and it kind of resonated well, just because I'm trying to learn about like the foods that I'm putting in my body and how to go into ketosis. So just because something biologically is supposed to be keto friendly, I just threw a seed. Even if it's biologically supposed to be keto friendly, so high fat, moderate protein, low carbs, you can still biochemically not go into ketosis because you're eating certain foods that keep you from going into ketosis, like what I was talking about with the proteins. So I found a really good video of this doctor that kind of was breaking it down and explaining this, like the constructs of the energy circle for the Krebs cycle and how certain amino acids and enzymes that are produced or inhibited in certain situations because of what we eat. He just broke it down. It's definitely, if I hadn't done nursing school, I would have a really hard time following that video, and how to take the time to break it down. But that was the gist of it pretty much, is you're trying to run on fat, which is really tracking what you're eating. What's up, Ocean? So I'm gonna do a stream on that after the pizza is put in the oven. I'm gonna go upstairs and then answer questions in the chat, just because it's so hard to see the text on Instagram, and so I can just look it up on my computer. And then I'm gonna do yoga stream tonight if anyone's joining in. Is anyone gonna hop in that and do some yoga with me? It's sun salutations. It's like good for the soul cleanse. This is a very dramatic song. Got some mushroom. These are already pre-washed. All of it is organic. That's pretty much also because that's the only thing that was left in the stores. It was kind of funny. So like everything on shelves were just like annihilated. Like everything was gone except for things that were organic, like produce and even just like meats as well. Like anything that was organic was still there. Anything that was vegan or like from that healthy food section is the only areas that were really stocked, which is kind of funny. So kind of just shows what people eat, especially when it's high emergency. Man, even the frozen broccoli was gone. That sucked. I wanted frozen broccoli. I like frozen broccoli because it lasts. So like frozen vegetables, people ask like if it's better to get fresh vegetables or if it's better to get frozen. And I mean, fresh vegetables are great because obviously they're fresh, they, you know, taste good. But if you leave them too long and like they start to age, there's less nutrients in it. So if you're slow on eating certain vegetables, it might be a good idea to get them frozen, because even though they're not as fresh or as good, I still think that they're good if you just cook everything right. But even though they're not as fresh, they hold more nutrients because you froze them. You like the music in the background? This one is, I'm trying to play all non-copyright music, but this is the Loyalist Lotus Lane Chinese. It's breaking copyright, no copyright music. So yeah, they always have pretty good non-copyright songs. I found this really upbeat one that it's in one of my yoga videos, but I need to find what it was called. It was nice. Yeah, people just like go into a panic, but it's like, I don't understand why toilet paper is the thing that is that's running out. Like, why toilet paper? We went in the cleaning section aisle because Trevor was giving me crap about using this. It was a certain spray to clean our kitchen counters, and he says it's just a bathroom spray, but it has said countertops on it, so I'm assuming if it's a countertop, it counts. Pun not intended, but it works. Hi, Andres. Ah! Alright. I don't think I forgot anything. So this is the... I don't want to tilt it too much. This is the pizza. We have vegan mozzarella cheese, so it was made with almonds, red bell pepper, mushroom, green olives, and red onion. So I'm gonna throw it in the oven. Sweet. And it's on, the temperature is 425. I'm putting it in for 13 minutes. The way I noticed that vegan cheese doesn't cook the same as normal cheese. It melts differently. So sometimes it's like hard to tell if it's done or not, because normal cheese kind of gets like that brown like little thing on it. It's like the best part. I love it. All right. So now I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. Yeah, I have learned that if I don't clean up right after I cook, or like while the thing is cooking, I never want to actually do it. What do you guys have for dinner? Oof. Yeah, the whole toilet paper thing like is just hilarious to me. But it actually wasn't too bad going in there. I don't know if part of it was also like it was snowing this morning, and I think it snowed a lot harder than what we were expecting. It's just so random. But it said for like a week straight consistently that it was supposed to snow. But tomorrow and the rest of the week it's sunny, so it's weird. Alright. So now it's just gonna cook. What is pasta carbonara? Did I say that right? What is that? What's in it? The good stuff. I haven't had pasta in so long except for with like zucchini noodles. Honestly, zucchini noodles, I'll take over like grain noodles. I like rice noodles, those are good. I can't do too much of those because they hurt my tummy. Like if I have sushi or whatever, it kind of hurts. Where's the lid for this? This is like a huge thing. Like we never have lids. Why? Switch it. I made some cheese quesadillas. Cheese quesadillas were like my go-to thing. Like I love them. I've been like craving Taco Bell lately, but I can't have anything on their menu. And it's also like I noticed when I haven't had fast food in a while. When I do have it, it tastes weird. Like I think it's just, it tastes really salty. Where did these things come from? Did I put it from a bag? Yeah, they're from a bag. Okay. When I go to the grocery store, I just like mix everything up and like throw it all in one bag. So I feel like it's kind of annoying to the person at the register because they have to take everything out and like check for what's in it. But at the same time, like I don't want to use a different bag for everything. Like a bunch of bags. I should get one of those like reusable ones. But I always forget to even just bring like the reusable general bags. Nice knife, yes. So this is Trevor's knife. He cooked for a yacht club for a while. He right now manages a wine and bottle shop. He has like part ownership in it, but he's a great cook. I've actually learned a lot from watching him cook, and yeah, definitely help expand my knowledge of food. Like I didn't even know what radishes. Okay, I knew what radishes were, but I never cooked them. And I made them I used them for like the first time this like winter, or not this winter, this fall. Yeah, September's fall. But it was bomb. They're pretty good. They have good texture. So if you have like something that's like you need like a little crunch to, add some like raw radish. I'm just munching on this now. Pizza should be ready in like 7.5 minutes. I keep forgetting that it's a Saturday night. Like I never know what day it is. What are you guys doing tonight? I'll eat like olives just by themselves. It's a great fat source. What's up, Cesar? How you doing? What's cooking in your kitchen? Let me guess. Chicken and rice with roasted carrots and broccoli. Was I close? I feel like that's a typical gym rat meal. Is rice, chicken, and roasted broccoli or vegetables. Okay. Let me finish cleaning. So my birthday was last Friday, and I tortured my boyfriend and So he works late because of, you know, what he does, and so he like got home at midnight, and we went to bed and got like 2 hours of sleep, and then I woke him up at 2 a.m. in the morning and took him on this hike where it's like the options are difficult and more difficult. And so I took him on a sunrise hike, and when we got to the top, like it started getting lighter outside, but it was so foggy that you didn't even see a sunrise. It was kind of like the least climatic like, hike that I've ever been on, but it was fun. I've never done a sunrise hike. Close, but no rice. What did you have instead of the rice? Just chicken and vegetables? Never had green olives before, to be honest. Would say that they're better than black olives. I wouldn't say that they're better than black olives. Like, they both are very salty, but I don't know, there's like a slight difference in the taste. Like, I don't know how much I'd be able to tell the difference between them. But yeah, I tortured him, and it was so much fun. It was really hard because you'd be like walking in the dark, and you have a flashlight in front of you, and you're going uphill. Like, that's all it is. Like, it's straight uphill. And it's just, you get like this vertigo. It makes you dizzy. Has anyone done a sunrise hike? I'm pretty sure Sacer has. We did a snow hike actually at the same place, and it was like the dumbest, funnest decision that I've done. No, it's not true, but it was very dumb and fun decision, and I'd never take that experience back. It was very sketchy. Okay. Keep getting distracted, but so I didn't end up using this. I'll have to find something to use it with. Ooh, I might make, I saw in the frozen section there is like a broccoli cheese tater tot thing. I might try to make broccoli tater tots with this. I'm not exactly sure how, but, or if it would even work with these, but I can figure it out. I mean, it's not necessarily climbing, like it's just walking uphill, and yeah, it's not really climbing. There are heights. There's like one part where you get to the top and it like opens up and you're kind of at a ledge, but it's really not too bad of a like heights one. For the most part, you're surrounded by woods. But when it's snowing, that's a whole different story. I'm like, I apparently have a big ego or pride, because we were like almost at the bottom of the hike, and like we just fell so much. We literally pretty much slid without sleds down the entire mountain. And we got to the point where we were almost at the bottom, and it was where the snow was starting to melt. So it was like the further you got up top, it was still snowing and coming down, and it was like really frozen. And then as you got further to the bottom, it started turning into like slush and like mud, and I slipped. It was like hanging off the edge, and it was all muddy, and like, I don't know why, but this guy with walking sticks like handed me his stick so he could pull me up, and for some reason I was like so persistent on just trying to get up on my own, and yeah, eventually I gave up because I was like slipping so much, and it like, I realized that it wasn't gonna happen, and so I accepted the help, and that was my story. Okay. I'm gonna put these away. Back for these. think what else we got at the store today? I mean, pretty much we just got produce. Also discovered what leeks are. Those are really great in stir fries. Those add texture to things too. They're a type of onion. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy hike, but I don't know. I'm glad I went on it. Alright, good timing. Yeah. Come on. Okay, the pizza is not quite done. A few more minutes. See, I can't tell because the cheese is all weird. But it's not too bad. I think it's growing on me. I think that's like one of the things is like when you're trying to change your diet, things taste weird to you because you're not familiar to them or whatever. But then as you get used to what you're eating the things that you once ate and you stopped eating is kind of weird, and sometimes it tastes, I don't want to say gross, but it doesn't taste the same. Oh, yeah, see my food scale that I forget to use quite often. It's cool. It has a little lid thing that is easy for storage, and then you can flip it and put the food in it and then weigh it out. I need to start using it more. It's cool because it gives you a pretty good awareness of, I guess, what it is you're actually eating, because it's super easy to overeat or in some cases undereat. Like, I've been having a difficulty eating enough fat and having too many carbs and maybe a bit too much protein, which is not conducive to what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah. What kind of cheese are you using? So it's this almond. I just threw away the wrapper. Hang on, let me go find it. I'll wash my hands after. It's this vegan gourmet follow your heart mozzarella cheese. So it has omega-3s, which is really great because omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, and it helps balance out omega-6s, which are inflammatory, and it's easy to get a lot of omega-6s versus getting omega-3s. Especially, I'm surprised to see that this has omega-3s because I don't know, I just thought it was pretty much in fish oils, but I guess not, or algae. But learned something new today. Okay, I'm gonna throw this away and now wash my hands because that's kind of gross. I wonder if okay. Moving you guys around. I hear you, but my hands are dirty. Not like I went digging around in the trash, so just saying like it was on the top, but might as well. Can you just doesn't shut up. Stop. I think it's ready. Here, I shouldn't have put all this on here. It's getting hot. It hurts. Okay, hang on. I'll show you what I was talking about once I switch this over. Okay. So, what's up, Ankit? Alright, so you can see like how the mushrooms are kind of wrinkly-ish maybe, but then you look at like the outside of the cheese and it still looks like it hasn't melted, but then you look at the crust and it's like starting to brown around the edges. Like that's what I'm talking about with it being like, I'm never sure if it's actually fully cooked, but I think it is. It's not unhealthy. It is cauliflower crust. It's low carb option for pizza. And on the keto diet, you're trying to get more fat and low carb, moderate protein, and cheese is great. And this is almond cheese. So in your face, Ankit. I'm so nice. Like our first interaction is just us like smashing on each other. Mad love though. Yeah, so this is like my go-to cheat. It's not that bad. It's, you know, it's not exactly the best like option, but considering if like you eat a lot of vegetables and like, I don't know, for the most part, it's good. It's delicious. I used to cut these in just fourths, but if you cut it into more pieces, it tricks you into thinking that you've eaten more than what you actually are. I could eat this whole thing, like I'm not even kidding, like just easy. But one, Trevor knows that and he asked me to save him some, so yeah, so I'll save him some. Okay. I guess I'll see if this is actually all the way done. It's hot. It's really hot. It's really good, but I'm putting it at the top of my mouth. Recipe you. Oh, I thought you didn't want unhealthy stuff. Just kidding. It's like, I don't know, it's just cauliflower crust that you get from the frozen section, and then vegan cheese that you get from the vegan section. It's like this almond cheese. I mixed garlic with the tomato sauce. And then there's red onion, mushroom, red bell pepper, olives, green olives. You eat like, I don't think you eat unhealthy stuff, but then again, a lot of the times that, like when I saw you eating stuff, it was food that you brought home or brought from home. It was like the curry. Really hot. But yeah, it's pretty quick, easy cleanup, cheaper than, I don't know, buying like a pizza. I'm trying to like cook more things from home, but just to save money, because you can reuse, like, not reuse, I keep saying reuse, but you have like leftover stuff to make other things. So with the mushrooms, you can just throw them in stir fries. Onions, you just put in everything. Red bell peppers, I'll just like snack on that and dip it in this almond dip, which is like higher fat, lower carb, moderate protein versus like hummus dip, which is really good, but that's like a higher carb option. Still good. I know, it's hot. It's cooling down now though. Yeah, when I first tried this cheese, I thought it was the weirdest thing, but not bad. But, okay, well, I think that I'm gonna close this one out because I wanna go upstairs and be able to sit down and look at the chat a little bit more instead of being like in your guys' face because it's hard to read. But I'm gonna stream off of my Patreon, and it's gonna be through YouTube, but I'm gonna link the YouTube thing on Patreon so you can watch it right off of that. But it's just gonna be It's gonna be a short little intermission while I kind of clean up the kitchen so the next person to use the kitchen isn't like waiting on, or just roommate courtesy, pretty much is what I'm saying. Alright, well, I'll be back. Check out the Patreon. It's also linked in my Instagram bio, and I'll see you soon on there. Why I always throw up peace signs, I don't know. Bye, guys.